Welcome, UFC betters. This is another edition of Best MMA Picks. I'm your host, JD, and I'm going to go through this rather quickly here because I have a really bad bronchitis, so I don't want to torture you guys with my raspy voice. So I apologize for getting this out so late. We're going to go ahead and kick it off here and do a screen share, and I will get straight down to business, try to keep it short and sweet today. And we will get this all rolling here. Okay, so we have UFC Salt Lake City, Utah, UFC Fight Night 92, Yair Rodriguez versus Alex Caceres, and we have six fights on the main card. We'll go from the top up to the main event, or from the bottom up to the main event. First fight, we have Marina versus Danielle Taylor. Marina Moroz has fought UFC level competition. Danielle Taylor is a newcomer from King of the Cage fighting league. And both these gals are coming in at 7-1. Both of them had some substantial wins. Only one lone career loss for each woman. I'll be completely honest, I've not seen any footage on Danielle Taylor. I'm kind of curious about her. A lot of articles that I've read have suggested that she is an up-and-coming fighter. She's coming in on short notice here for this fight, replacing Justine Kish, who was the original opponent for Marina Moroz, who was a heavy ground-based fighter. So Marina Moroz has been training for a ground-based fighter. It looks like Danielle Taylor seems to be somewhat of a mixed, well-rounded mixed martial artist. So it's I'm a little curious about this fight, how the short notice fight's going to play out. Whether it's going to go on the advantage of Marina Moroz or if it's going to go to the advantage of Danielle Taylor, I do not know. But I do know that Marina Moroz is a very solid Ukrainian kickboxer with very good submissions. I have to go with the one who has proven herself in the UFC, who defeated Jordan Calderwood, who has done fairly well and only has that one low loss. I'm going to stick with what I know, and I'm going to go with Marina Moroz to defeat Danielle Taylor by TKO. Moving on to the next fight, we have Trevor Hot Sauce Smith versus Joseph Giuliotto, or I don't know if I pronounced that right, Gigliotti, a newcomer also. Capo is undefeated, 7-0, professional mixed martial artist. Trevor Hot Sauce Smith has fought in the UFC several times. He already has that experience under his belt. He fights out of Vancouver, Washington. He has not fought in the UFC in over a year, so he has had a little bit of a layoff, not a super long layoff, but it definitely has been a layoff. He's coming off of a win to Dan Miller, and he's kind of cycled on a win-loss cycle. So if he follows that trend, he's going to lose this fight. One thing that worries me quite a bit is the wrestling pedigree of Joseph Gigliotti. Capo's wrestling pedigree. He's been wrestling since he was in second grade. So he has quite the background in wrestling. That's kind of his bread and butter. It's really good. I've seen a few videos on him. He's got good takedowns, some good judo throws, gets guys to the ground, transitions well to mount rather quickly, and then he finishes people either by submission or ground and pound. He's got really good transitions on the ground. He's got good top control. This one's a tough one for me to pick. I think these guys can be pretty evenly matched. Capo has had some weight problems in the past where he has missed weight on about a year and a half ago. So he's had some issues there cutting. So it's kind of interesting. We'll see how the cut goes there. I can see this one being an underdog upset here, and I'm assuming that Capo is coming in as the underdog. Take a quick look here. This is a pretty even fight. Looks like the odds makers have this one set as Trevor Smith being slightly underdog. So, I don't know that I think Trevor Smith might be a little bit of a bargain here, but definitely want to go with the wrestler here. So I'm going to go with Joseph Gigliotti to defeat Trevor Smith. I'm going to go by submission. Next fight, we have Santiago Boa Ponzinibbio versus Zach Cummings. Uh, Both these guys are UFC veterans. Cummings was an Ultimate Fighter contestant. Ponzinibbio is coming off of a win. I think it was a TKO, if I remember correctly. And he's looked pretty good in his last outing. He looked really good in his last outing. I bet against him. I thought he was going to gas. He actually got the finish against Court McGee, which was kind of unusual, considering Court McGee doesn't really get finished very often. So you got round 1 KO, TKO. I think that Zach Cummings is going to be a little bit more of a difficult fight for him. Cummings tends to break guys in the later rounds. He's got good endurance, he's got good wrestling. He's just an overall really well-rounded mixed martial artist, whereas Ponzinibbio relies a lot on his power to finish guys and break them down with his powerful strikes, particularly his heavy hands. Zach Cummings has seen UFC-level competition, and he has proven himself time and time again that he is never to be underestimated. I really like his ground game. I really like his stand-up. He's very methodical, very intelligent, high IQ fighter. He defeated Nicholas Dalby where he was an underdog, and I actually believe that I picked Cummings to win that one. Everybody was on Dalby, and Cummings came through. He also defeated Dominic Steele, round 1 KO, TKO. And he did lose to Gunnar Nelson, but that was his only lone loss. He's defeated Jan Cabral, who is also a second-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Zach Cummings is a very capable mixed martial artist. And so I'm going to go with him here to defeat Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm going to go by decision. I think he's going to weather the early storm. He's going to get him down. He's going to break him down, and he's going to get the nod. Next fight, we've got Thailand's Ladies versus Chris Camozzi. Chris Camozzi looked really good in his last fight, although it wasn't against a guy that I would consider to be a tough UFC, a tough UFC veteran. He did look good. He looked good with his weight cut. He's just overall just very solid and had really good endurance. His experience showed through against Vitor Miranda, got him to the ground. He also defeated Joe Riggs, so he's on a winning streak after kind of a rough patch of fights where he was fighting super high-level guys that were just, he's kind of the gimme fighter for those guys to get to, title shots. So, not to be underestimated, Chris Camozzi is a good fighter, and I have underestimated him in the past. Tyler's Ladies, he's looked really good. He was on kind of a streak, and then he got derailed. I think he's still game in this fight. This is a really tough one for me to call. I want to go with the underdog here, which I believe would be Chris Camozzi. But I'm going to look at the odds here and see where we're at. Chris Camozzi is a sizable underdog here at 140. I think his UFC experience and his endurance and his durability is going to show through in this fight. I'm going to go with Chris Camozzi to defeat Tyler's Ladies by... It's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be by a split decision. Next fight, we've got Dennis Bermudez versus Hani Jason. Dennis Bermudez is a strong, very explosive wrestler out of New York. And Hani Jason is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt out of Brazil, TUF Brazil winner, I believe it was. I didn't watch that season, but he has shown himself to be a formidable opponent for any UFC veteran. Hani Jason is a crafty fighter. He's got some good stand-up. He's got good submissions. I think he's going to have an advantage here on the feet as well as the ground. I wouldn't say necessarily the ground from the top control perspective, but he definitely has that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu pedigree to be able to sweep guys, submit him from the bottom. I think that he has the hands to be able to knock Dennis Bermudez out. And I really question the chin of Dennis Bermudez. He's done a decent job protecting his chin in big fights. But one thing about Dennis Bermudez is he tends to sometimes not be the smartest of fighters. There's definitely a humongous IQ advantage here on the side of Hani Jason. And I think that that's going to show through this fight. We could see some early takedowns and some top control by Dennis Bermudez. But I think Honey Jason is intelligent enough of a fighter to weather that storm and slip in a good jab or cross and clip Dennis Bermudez, stun him, and maybe lock in a submission or get a TKO victory. I'm going with Honey Jason to defeat Dennis Bermudez by TKO. And the last fight of the night, we have probably one of the most exciting fights that we've seen in a while. Two very dynamic, explosive strikers, very unorthodox, very creative strikers with Yair Rodriguez and Alex Caceres. These guys like to throw everything from spinning back vests to flying bicycle kicks and whatnot. I mean, these guys are both explosive, just kind of freak of nature athletes. I got to go with Yair Rodriguez here. I think he's a little bit more technical, and he doesn't make the mistakes that Alex Caceres makes that leave him vulnerable. I think that Alex Caceres is also very dynamic, though, and he has definitely gotten a lot smarter with his striking, and he doesn't leave himself quite as open as he used to. I think a lot of his losses come from just stupid decisions, and he's a very good fighter. He just, he tends to try to just go for the jugular and leave in the process. He leaves himself open to getting submitted or getting knocked out. And but I think he's gotten a lot better. He's coming off of a win. Yair Rodriguez is also coming off of a KO win. This is going to be an interesting fight. You can't count Alex Caceres out of this one. I got to go with El Pantera, though. Yair Rodriguez, I think he's going to get it done, and it's probably going to be either a decision or a late, I think, third round TKO. I don't know that he's going to catch Caceres, though. Caceres has some pretty good instincts on his feet. So I'm going to go with a decision here. I'm going to go with Yair Rodriguez to defeat Alex Caceres by a unanimous decision. He's a 3-1 favorite. You may consider a dog playing Caceres, but I highly doubt that he's going to beat Rodriguez. You have to knock him out or submit him. So yeah, that's about it for my UFC picks here. Main card of the UFC Fight 992, Salt Lake City, and I'm not going to go through my gut picks for the undercard. I just don't have time today. Got a lot of stuff I got to do, but I just want to get this video out for you guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to get on our bets or if you want free picks, we have them at CapperTech. The link is on our portal page. If you click in the description below, and then click on our CapperTech page on that link portal page, you'll find our picks for free, and they're usually posted the day of the fights, and they will be there for you. Also, if you're interested in prop betting or live betting, 5dimes.us is the place to go for that. It's one of the best books for MMA. Highly suggest if you don't have an account that you sign up for one. It helps sponsor our channel as well by you signing up through our link. That link's below in our description as well. So make sure you add us on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe below. And thank you for watching. Everybody have a good week and enjoy the fights this weekend.